your weekly inspiration. I'm Joey Sampaga.
And I'm Kathy Beckman.
Kathy?
Joey?
Look deep into my eyes.
I'm looking deep into your soul.
What do you see?
Well, you know, I can't get past... Did you know that Joey is the most handsome guy on Twitter?
Yeah, I know.
And for anybody that is following Joey on Twitter, you probably know too. And if you don't, now you do.
So this piece that you wrote
Yes.
this week, Kathy,
Yes.
it's for me it was really good because I personally like to look at people how they really are, not so much the physical side of things. And I when I build my relationships, I build it through relations.
Right. Who people are.
Who people really are, not so much how they look. And you know, and I'm not going to lie, when people are dating, you know, sometimes the looks does have to come first, or it doesn't have to, but it just does.
It's early in the relationship.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So last week, actually it was like 3 days ago, me, my brother, and my mother, we went out to dinner.
Okay.
And you know, she was talking about how my father and her met.
Mm-hmm. I thought she was talking about how you're the most handsome guy on Twitter.
Well, that
Go ahead.
But she was saying, you know, my dad, he was average looking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's average looking, and there was his best friend who was really good looking.
Yep.
And she was saying how, you know, she got to know both of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they both liked her, and they both wanted to court her.
Right.
You know, that's what it was called back then,
Yeah.
courting.
Yeah.
But when she got to know them, she really, really found my dad way more attractive because of his personality.
Yep.
And that he was always known as a nice guy.
Yep. And I meant to put that in there, and I actually forgot to put it in the written word. Maybe I'll add it before we send it out.
Okay.
But have you ever noticed that when you meet somebody, and let's say that they're average looking, let's just take an average looking person, if you get to know them and they have a really warm heart and they're just a wonderful, wonderful person, they do become more attractive.
Yes.
You know, you really, and it's not just that you're drawn to them emotionally, it's that their features, it's just they're softer, they're more appealing. And then you can take somebody that's either average or really good looking, and if they have a ugly heart, when you start seeing that, it changes, at least for me, it changes how they look. I mean,
Sure.
if you can take a really great looking person and with a sludge inside, and they're not so good looking anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the people in Hollywood, I won't name any names, but there are some people who are not so nice.
Right.
I mean, they're gorgeous on the outside, but when you look at them in the inside, it's like, ugh. And it kind of, with this type of thing, I think it works from the inside out.
It does. It
right?
does.
Because
Yeah.
the outside is just superficial.
Exactly. You know, and one of the reasons that that prompted me, because you know, and it's the story that I have in here. I went and I met my girlfriend, and she was visibly pissed off. You know, and I'm like, what is going on? And she told me the story about the college she had just gotten off of, and how he's like, well, you know, you're too heavy. And I was, and this is a girl, I mean, I don't think that should be super important. I mean, I understand if your life is lifting weights, you know, you're generally going to gravitate to somebody that has similar likes anyway. But I'm talking, first of all, he's not, you know, Lou Ferrigno. Oh God, I'm showing my age.
Who's Lou Ferrigno?
He's the Hulk, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm showing my age here. But she is not overweight. She's normal. She's, you know, she's of average weight. And for him to say that, and you know, and I've had people say that to me too. I was engaged to one guy who was an absolute idiot, and I was pretty thin at the time. It was just that point in my life, you know. And he told me, he's like, well, if you gain weight, I'm going to leave you. And I'm like,
wow.
Well, what? I go, well, what happens if I get in a car accident and I lose a leg? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know if I could.
Wow.
I'm like, geez, you know, and even for those of you that have, I don't know if you've noticed, I got my hair chopped off and colored, and unprompted, I got a comment that said, from a friend of mine, and he said it doesn't bother him. And I remember I got that, and it hurt my feelings. It really hurt my feelings, and then I had to kind of go away from it, and I thought, you know what, that's not about me. It's not about me. There's something. Sorry, my
I'm looking at your hearing.
That comment wasn't about me.
Okay.
If all he's seeing in me is my hair color and length, then it's not about me. You know. So I let it go after, I must say, after 2 days, because I shared it with a couple people. I said, how would you feel if you got your hair cut? And it was a little bit traumatic, and somebody that was a friend came back and said, well, it doesn't bother me, but I like it. And I was like, they actually got really I'll tell you what they said, but but you know, I think we have to let that go too, because I learned a big lesson about myself, that, you know, I had to let go and go, you know what, not everybody's gonna like it, you
That's
know.
right.
It is what it is. I mean, I told him, I said, part of me wants to now dye it black and shave it off. Shave half of it off. Get it?
You're going to dye it black and then shave it off?
I did have, do you remember, I don't know if you remember when we were at JDA together, I got my hair cut really short. Oh. I mean, shorter than yours.
Really?
The sides were about as long as yours. The top was, well, maybe just a little bit shorter than yours on top. But yeah.
No, I didn't. Did you have the mullet too?
No mullet.
Okay.
No, it was gone.
Oh.
I started with hair down to my waistband, and I came in and I said, I cannot stand my hair anymore. It's too hot here in the summer, and I couldn't handle it. And I said, I made the golden mistake of sitting in the chair and saying, do whatever you want. Gone. But you know what I will say, the guy that I was with at the time, he was like, Kathy, you're beautiful. He goes, who cares if you're bald? Yes. He goes, I don't love your hair. I love you. Yeah. And he, you know, I was kind of devastated, but he gave me confidence to go out there. And when some people did go, holy cow. You know, it was really nice to have somebody in your corner like that that said, you know, who cares?
You know, same thing with my wife when she gets her hair done.
Yeah.
I make the, I don't notice it.
Oh.
It's one of those things.
Yes.
But it's because I don't look at that.
Right.
Right? And she goes, did you notice anything different? And the first thing I say is, it's your hair, right? Because usually when she gets done right, like, no. You know, so it's hard for me to know that because I don't look at the, I mean, she's beautiful, she's gorgeous.
She is.
And I just, you know, yes, that's what first attracted me. But now it's like, you know what? I don't care how you look.
Right.
So you can get your hair spiked or in a mohawk. I probably still won't notice. maybe a mohawk.
Mohawk, you might, yeah. Orange and black.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, and then you talked about some of this stuff in Oprah. That was really good.
That was a really touching show.
Yeah.
The couple had been in a plane crash, and the husband, they were both obviously looked completely different than they used to. He, if she wasn't sitting next to him, his scars would have been much more noticeable. But hers were so devastating. I mean, it was so sad. And she had said that her children in the beginning couldn't come in the room and see her because she looked so different. And they videotaped her at home throughout the day, just trying to, like I said, making the Ziploc bags, showing the stretching exercises she had to do every morning just to stretch her skin.
Yeah.
But the entire time she was talking, he was just looking at her like she was the most beautiful person in the world. And I remember thinking, my God, what a wonderful relationship to have, to know that somebody loves you that much, that the outside doesn't matter so much, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think, you know, it's not only important in our relationships, I think it's important. My ear keeps
I know, I keep looking at her earring. Her earring keeps flipping every time she turns.
I'll just stay looking right here. I think it's important in our friendship relationships as well, that we look past, you know, who cares if somebody's taller or shorter or a little bit overweight, I mean, or underweight or whatever, you know. And I think, too, if we can kind of get past that, we wouldn't have to worry about the social boundaries anymore either. I mean, what a difference it'd be if we just didn't see outer appearance anymore.
That's true. That's true.
So,
until next week.
Have an inspired week.
Bye.
Welcome to your weekly Arizona.
Hey, your weekly Arizona. You're thinking your Arizona Business Weekly?
No, I don't know why Arizona came out.
It is beautiful, though.
It is. Welcome to you. Welcome to this week's.
Welcome to your weekly inspiration.
There you go.
It's even like written.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just in case you